In this video, I'm going to break down our Klaviyo campaign strategy that allowed us to generate just over $381,000 in revenue last month on Klaviyo. So without further ado, let's dive in. Just a quick refresh for you guys in the Klaviyo dashboard to show you that we did in fact generate just over $381,000 in revenue during May 1st to May 31st. So if you're watching this video, you probably already know that email marketing is important. But before we dive in, just 4 quick points on why you should be doing email marketing and maybe raises the importance of email marketing in your mind. So the first one is it allows you to recover customers in the buying journey. So these are people who have not yet purchased from you, or even existing customers who are coming back and purchasing from you, therefore increasing revenue. It allows you to increase LTV and profit per customer because you are able to resell to your existing customers. Third, it allows you to nurture and strengthen the customer to brand connection and relationship. This is something that people overlook, but in order to really build brand, you need to build connection with customers and build relationship with customers, and email is a great way to do that. The fourth is that you can gain insightful feedback from non-customers and your existing customers by using surveys, right? You can send surveys out to customers via email and you can get very insightful feedback. It's going to help you with your email marketing, but overall brand messaging, right? And then quick social proof, my team and I have built email marketing programs from the ground up that generate over 2 million per month today. So let's dive into the campaign strategy. First off, one thing that is very, very overlooked, but probably the most important part, is deliverability. Now, deliverability is your ability to get emails delivered to the recipient's inbox, right? Bad deliverability would mean that your emails are going to spam, maybe they're going to the promotions folder. Good deliverability means they're going to the inbox, right? So if you think about it, what is the point of sending emails if they're going to the spam folder, right? Even the promotions folder. So we want to make sure that we have the highest likelihood of landing in the inbox to get higher open rates, therefore higher click-through rates, therefore more revenue, right? So really, really important to consider this first. So quick checklist, you want to make sure your DNS records are set up. DMARC, SPF, DKIM, these are authenticators for the inbox that is receiving your email. So Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, they all have a way of authenticating your email, and it's through these 3 things. You can go online, you can find out how to implement these into your DNS, but I would set those up right away. And what you can do is you can go to this website right here, easydmark.com/tools/domain-scanner, and for free, you can scan your own domain's records to see if they're set up correctly. So you enter your domain, you scan, few seconds, and it will show you the score of your DNS records, right? So that's first, and then you're going to want to focus on email account warm-up. And especially if your email address is new, it's critical to use a warm-up software such as Lemwarm to warm up your domain. And the warm-up tools work by gradually increasing your sending volume and pulling your emails out of spam and promotions folders into the inbox, right? So works it. When you send an email and it goes to spam or it goes to promotions, it will actually pull it out of that recipient's folder and put it in inbox to show the inbox recipients that you're a trusted sender, right? And even if you have a mature email address you're using to send emails from, I'd still recommend having a warm-up tool running in the background and an additional email address warming up in case your main one's deliverability starts to suffer, right? So more just like a backup, but don't overlook email warm-up. It should be an ongoing process. Then audience segmentation, more on this to come, we'll go through that later on in this video, but the main reason for audience segmentation is making sure you're sending emails to engaged audiences who are likely to open and click your emails. And also, we have an active removal of bots from your list. We use arita.ai, and they actively monitor any bots that can be removed from the list along with other things, but it's just important. We've seen more recently that there's been an increase in bot signups for Shopify stores. And then finally, just to round off with some strategic deliverability enhancers, these are things that you can do right now to enhance your deliverability. So the first thing that we like to do is reply to campaigns. What these are is whenever we're leading up to a big sale event or we're launching a new product, we send a campaign that encourages the recipient to reply to the email to either tell us that they want first dibs, to tell us that they're interested. Usually we just say like reply with the word yes, and we'll make sure you're one of the first to know about the new product launch tomorrow, right? But the reason why we're getting these replies is because your inbox, the inboxes that receive your emails, Google, Yahoo, Outlook, they work on signals, right? So each action that the user, the recipient, takes is a signal. So it opens an email, that's a signal, clicks an email, that's a signal, they reply to an email, that's a signal. And also it's known that each signal carries more importance, right? And it kind of goes to both ends of the spectrum. So you have the best and the worst. The best being a reply. Other things could be, marking your email as starred, marking it as important. And on the very end of the spectrum, where it's, I guess, the really bad signals are when they mark your email as spam, they report you. So this is how inbox providers help determine if you are a trusted sender or not, right? So by getting customers to reply, it sends a really strong signal to inbox providers. And then the second deliverability enhancer is engagement campaigns. So these are campaigns that we are encouraging click-throughs by creating a strong curiosity gap. What this means is that we are driving curiosity in the email, but in order for them to find out what's on the other side, they need to click through. And a good example of this that we do is we preview an Instagram video in the email with a play button, and we create curiosity, and then we get recipients to click through to watch the video. So it links them to the Instagram page. Doesn't just send a strong signal to inbox providers, it does that. But another cool thing that happens is you are now linking the organic social with email, right? Like you're creating this ecosystem for the customers to, maybe now they follow you on Instagram, and then they're, it's another place for you to stay in front of them, right? So it has these like added benefits that are not just, deliverability enhancing. So that is the deliverability checklist. Let's dive into the campaign strategy itself. So our approach is probably not what you expect, but we have an 80-20 approach. So we have 80% content-driven and value campaigns, that's the focus, and then 20% of pure sales, promotions, offers. And the reason why we do this is because brands that only focus on sales, promotions, offers, and that's all they push, your list becomes number and number to your message as more time goes on. And slowly they become more unengaged. The revenue per email that you send is going to dilute more and more and more. So the way to combat this is to have this 80-20 approach. And it doesn't have to be perfectly 80-20, it can be 70-30. The most important thing is that it's more in the favor of content-driven and value, right? And I'm going to give you some examples of what we do for this 80% category. But the cool thing about this is when you do send that 20%, the sales, promotions, offers, product launches, those have a much, much higher impact, and you get really clear spikes in revenue from those campaigns because you're using them sparingly, right? You're not overdoing it. Second thing is most of the time we split campaigns for existing customers and non-customers. It really depends on the type of product, but what happens is if there's a product where it doesn't make sense for your existing customers to get the email, like they've already purchased the product, they don't need it again, then it's good to split those out, and then we can tailor our messaging to the recipients that we're sending to. Other times, for products that maybe are new, for sale events that are more broad, you are going to want to combine existing customers and non-customers. If we do that, what we like to do, we like to exclude recent purchasers who are likely waiting on receiving their product, or maybe they've just received it. Because if you think about customer experience, if you just receive a product, or maybe you haven't even received the product yet, but the brand you just purchased from is already sending you emails to purchase again, it doesn't really leave a good feeling for the customer, right? So we like to have a window. It really depends on your delivery time. We like to have delivery time average plus a little bit of a buffer. So if your delivery time is 7 days, you might want to wait, 10 days, 12 days, just as an additional buffer. Then going into the cadence, so how many campaigns we send on a weekly basis, we send between 3 and 5. And the rule here is that we send 3 campaigns to one audience segment per week. This is different in the height of sale periods, let's say Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas. We do push harder at some times when we have those big sale events or big product launches. But for the most part, for the rest of the year, 3 to 5 campaigns per week. So each segment, be it non-customers, existing customers, they're getting maximum 3 campaigns. So we might do 3 campaigns to non-customers, and then we might do 1 campaign to existing customers that's specific to them, right? So that would be 4 campaigns for that week. So that's the way we do it. And then just give you some examples of the content-driven and value campaigns that we send from this 80%, we focus a lot on brand and product features and benefits. We have emails dedicated to specific product features, specific benefits, and we focus on those and we showcase those and we explain them. Then we also have ways to overcome the problems that our recipient is facing. So this is information in the email itself. It could be like 3 quick tips, 3 ways our product solves X, and we can also link to an external resource or our own blog if we have one. If you have a blog, it's an amazing way to leverage that in email and content. If you don't have a blog, then you can include simple quick fire tips, very short, in the email itself. You can also do Mythbusters for this kind of thing. So Mythbusters is a way to, we state the myth. I guess it's a common belief that customers have around your product that is not true. You can state it and then you can answer it in the email itself. You can also get creative by using customer testimonials to answer the myths. So yeah, that's just another thing that we do. Then we have UGC features. If you're creating a lot of UGC content for your ads, it's a great way to repurpose this in email, right? So you can use it as GIFs in emails. You can maybe post it on Instagram and link to it, as I mentioned earlier. Another one is customer testimonial features. These are more like written testimonials. You can showcase those. You can highlight one person's story and go deeper on that story. You can highlight 3 different testimonials for the same product. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Press features is another one. If you recently got featured in Forbes or, a press article that is going to drive a lot of social proof and trust, email is a great way to push that. Founder and founding stories is another one. Again, creating connection with the brand and just driving that relationship with the customer forward. And then sources of inspiration. So of course, competitors and other brands, great source of inspiration. What I recommend you do is create a burner email address. So not your existing one that you use on a daily basis, but create a new one and use that to sign up to competitors, sign up to other brands that you like, that you know who are doing well, and you will start receiving their emails. So sign up to the list, go to the website, wait for the pop-up, scroll down to the bottom, sign up in the footer, or abandon your cart, do something, you'll start receiving their emails. Then any ones that you like, you can star them, you can screenshot, save to a swipe file, and that's going to become a source of inspiration for you. Another way is to use a website like MailCharts or Really Good Emails. This is also a way to find good inspiration. Cool. So let's move into actually building campaigns. Like what does the process look like for us to go from idea to actually building out a campaign? So it says here we start with copywriting. I'd go one step earlier than this is actually having your idea ready, right? So understanding of the content style. For example, one of these, if we know we're going to do a brand features and benefits, then we have that in our mind. We might have an idea of what the design is going to look like, and then we're going to start with the copywriting. We like to test short form versus long form copy. Long form works best in plain text emails, and by the way, if you're not doing plain text emails, do plain text emails. They crush every time for us, but use them sparingly, don't overuse them. This is literally just a plain text email in the HTML editor in Klaviyo. So do more of those, and shorter form copy tends to work better for us in our more designed emails. People don't really tend to consume a lot of copy. If you combine short, punchy copy with good visuals, that is a recipe for a really good email. So, of course, for the designed emails, the copy structure needs to fit into the design, right? So when you're writing the copy, you are thinking about the design structure, and you're able to write the copy in a way that will fit into the design, right? So maybe you're doing 3 reasons why, 3 ways our product helps with X, then you know that you're going to have to write 3 reasons, right? So it's linked. We design emails in Figma, then we import them into Klaviyo as individual image blocks. Each email is saved as a template in Klaviyo for future reference and organization. And then just some design notes in terms of a common email structure is at the very top we have an optional announcement bar highlighting a promotion or brand value proposition, such as free shipping. Then we have a pre-header / navigation bar that consists of a logo and optionally some product collections links. And then we have a hero image with headline, subheadline, CTA, and image. Really, really important that the CTA is above the fold. What that means is that before someone has to scroll to see your CTA, they can see it as soon as they open the email, right? That goes for mobile as well. Then we have the body copy section. Again, this is really dependent on the design of the email, the format of the email, but then we're going into the meat of the email itself, right? So body copy section with other CTAs, or image text sections. Depends on the email design, right? And I'm going to show you 4 designs right now that follow this similar anatomy. So this one right here for True Classic, as you can see at the top, these are a little bit blurry because I have to screenshot like a long email, but hopefully you can see the overall anatomy, how it looks. I'll take you guys through it. So we start at the top with the logo and a shop all button. Then this is the header, right? The top hero image. We have headline, subheadline, button, and then it's over the image itself. You can see that this is above the folder button. Then they go into the body copy section and some imagery, and then some features, and shop now, and then a customer testimonial, right? Very simple, very good. This one right here is also logo at the top, headline, subheadline, button, over the image itself, and then this is like a top 5, so you can see this text, image text down the page with CTA buttons throughout. This one right here from Ridge is, again, headline, subheadline, button, images of the product, and then just a simple next section here with an image. And then this one here from Caden Lane is, again, headline, subheadline, button, and then for apparel, it's more common as well. You have these kind of shop by sections because they're very visual, and it's very easy for the customer to say, okay, I'm shopping for toddler girls or whatever it is, right? And then they can click and go to that desired page. And then you just have some shop the top faves right here. So those are some examples of the design structure in practice. And then moving on to audience segmentation. So this is really, really important for deliverability and also to make sure that your email performance is strong. So we like to build the following audiences. First off, an engaged audience segment. We like to build 90, 120, 150, 180 days. And we find that either 90 or 120 days works best. The definition for this engaged audience is has opened or clicked an email at least once in the last X days, right? So if it's 90 days, it'll be has opened or clicked an email at least once in the last 90 days. Those people would be included in the segment, and that's who we like to send to, right? So test with this, and again, the reason is because you're sending to people who are more likely going to open and click your emails. You're sending good signals to the inbox receiver, be it Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, AOL, and your deliverability is going to continue to improve over time, right? Whereas if you're sending to a bunch of people who are just ignoring your emails, not even opening them, then that is not a good signal, right? So that is really the whole reason. And it's important to test with it because you might find that your 90 and 120 day segments perform very similarly, but by sending to 120 days, you can set to more recipients, right? So your revenue might be higher. So it's important to just test with them and find what works best for you. For existing customers, obviously we create a segment for those. The definition for those is place order at least once over all time. And we can also get more granular to say that they have placed an order at least once in the last 21 days, more so for exclusion audiences, as I mentioned earlier. Non-customers is place order 0 times over all time. And then optional, if you want to exclude people who are active in flows, you could say is active in, and then you insert the flow name. So is active in flow name equals welcome series or whatever your flow name is. This is optional. It's not something we do because the way we set up our flows for clients is that they complement our campaign approach and strategy very well. So we don't actively exclude them, but it is something you might want to test with. And then we always exclude bounced emails. So the rule is email has bounced more than 5 times. So the rule is email has bounced more than 5 times, and then also unsubscribes. We do that as an extra layer of security to make sure that we are in fact excluding and not sending to anyone who's unsubscribed. And we always only send to engaged audiences, mainly to maintain good deliverability, as I mentioned. In some cases, for big sale events or product launches, we will increase the size of the segment we're sending to so that we're reaching more people, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. And yeah, that is our campaign strategy. If you want to see other videos related to email marketing, SMS marketing, retention, that's something we do a lot here at Hays for our clients. So leave comments down below and yeah, share some ideas. I'll be happy to record and answer any questions. And yeah, if you like this video, found it valuable, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.